Definitely when we started off, like the start of our 10 or 11 game win streak, we were definitely playing to the top side a decent amount, but as of recent, and I think as shown in the best of 5, we played through mid at bot as well, and our other players, Prismo, C9A, and Soligo are stepping up a decent amount as well, and they have a lot of champions that they're really confident in this meta, so I think overall we'll be really strong too.
Player on top a decent amount, he said. I don't know about that. I think it was a lot of amount, but I have to agree. The rest of the players are stepping up on 100 Thieves. It is a family affair today.
Yeah, and that last game, Soligo had a really nice showing on the Silas. Really, I think went 6-0 in about 15 minutes. 100% kill participation. You're right, Pastry. That is a very impressive stat. Talk about playing to the top side. I don't believe you. I think you played around mid lane this time around.
Also had a 10 KDA at 15. So that's not even like when the game was
Goal
over.
difference at 15 over 2,000 for him.
That's too many.
But if he popped off, you wonder, well, what was Someday doing? Well, he popped off just like...
of course he did.
We're going to call him the champagne in the top lane. Someday, always popping off. 806, 38% damage.
Oh my goodness, look at his goal difference of 50.
Yeah, I mean,
not okay.
He was styling. I mean, he had a 700 gold bounty at one point, 750, I think it ballooned. 3 games of Renekton for him so far, and it seems like just whatever he plays, he's winning the lane and getting so much out of it. A lot of Rift Heralds are used to help him out, but the team really rallies around his pressure. And best of all, it really doesn't seem like they're just having a one-man carry. He is doing so much to teleport and be involved in everything that the team does. That really makes me happy to see that the resources that they spend on him are paying dividends.
Yeah, I think it would be easy for a player of his caliber to be like, just give me Jackson Fiora. Leave me alone.
Right?
Let me just hang on the side lane. But no, like, absolutely, they've become a coherent unit, rallying around a very powerful player in the top lane, and they are pushing Cloud9 to the limits. They were hoping for another finals appearance here during Academy Worlds, but they are 1 game away from elimination here in the postseason. And that is respect that he has absolutely earned throughout the series. No more Renekton, at least for this game.
You know what's nutty too is that Red Side has won every game.
That's except for the last one.
Last one was 100 Thieves was Red Side.
Were they red?
Game 1, C9 was red. Right, was blue, right? Then and they lost.
Yeah,
game
and then C9 won on red. Yeah.
Then C9 won on red. Game 3, then Thieves won on red, and C9 now, or I believe it is 100 Thieves that selects.
I think so.
Well, they're Red Side again, whatever. We won't get too into it because the interesting thing is that the ban has been laid down. No more Renekton for Someday. What else do you got?
No more Aatrox and no more Elise. The 3 bans there for Cloud9 Academy. 100 Thieves sticking to the Sejuani, Yuumi, and Xayah trio that has served them so well. Cloud9 Academy not deterred. They will take Akali again.
3rd time is the charm. 3 games of Akali for Kumo. And unfortunately, that last one really just got out of control. I think you can just really attest to it, to those early skirmishes that were so dramatic. So we might see a very different approach to the draft here. But 100 Thieves feels really confident with their Ezreal and the Braum as well. Jarvan was pretty good for them last time around, so it might be selected. But no! The one time that Azir is not banned, they lock it in right away.
100 Thieves. This feels like Soligo again. I mean, you have to feel amazing after that last game, so might as well give him, I would say, arguably his most comfortable champion, and certainly a very potent one in the metagame as well. Ezreal, I think, also makes sense. He has a 100% win rate so far this series. That's on both sides.
Full scaling here for 100 Thieves, having a very powerful late game. So let's see what Cloud9 responds with. They know what carries they're up against, so they should select something that is really powerful against it. I would really like to see a Nautilus here instead of the Rakan. I think it's a much better tool for engaging against these very slippery carries. Let's see if they will do that or continue their Rakan trick, because they don't have to take the support here. It's not going to be clinched by either team or banned out.
I also wonder, what does Golden Glue want here in the mid lane? Does he even want to play Akali into Azir. Not exactly sure how the matchup's supposed to go. Does he want to take the Corki? Was kind of the obvious choice. He won in the second game. Looks like he'll take it again here.
Having some pretty strong carries. He's played this matchup a million times around. And this is another carry for Someday. He's no slouch on Gangplank.
I mean, he's just no slouch, right? I mean, almost every Someday champion feels amazing, but Gangplank is like a brutal champion in the hands of a skilled opponent.
That far ahead.
He just like, he never dies in the top lane. He contributes massively to team fights. He's barreling around. He ultis your bot lane. You feel like you got TP'd on when he didn't move at all. It's a tough life, and it's going to be tough for these junglers as well, as Gragas and Jarvan will both be banned away, and Blab are going to eat some bans here in Phase 2.
All right, what are the junglers that will be played here? Because both of these teams would obviously love to have frontline junglers here. Something tanky, something that creates space. It's a little bit easier for 100 Thieves, though. Having the Gangplank ultimate does serve as a really good way to start a fight. But there is no Jarvan and no Gragas available.
I like this as well from 100 Thieves, just banning the Thresh away. You know, just don't give Diamond a comfort playmaker. Yeah. It's one of those things that, like, it seems kind of silly, but, like, you know they're going to pull out one of their best champions. Big playmakers can turn games very quickly. So just trying to remove some of the, like, chaos in a lane like bottom, which has seen a lot of good looks from Cloud9 Academy in the 2v2.
Okay, yeah, that Morgana ban tells me
too.
That's Nautilus. I think that has to be Nautilus here. I really, like...
Watch them lock in Rakan again.
Because that's a hard counter to you.
Well, there is the Braum. Are they going to throw it back to Zillion Kindred? I guess we'll find out in a moment. 12 seconds for Cloud9 Academy to finish off this draft.
So I think you can get super creative. Ooh, okay, nice. That's cool.
It is cool, but will they pick it here? A bold pick indeed for Cloud9 Academy. Pyke is locked in.
What will they give Blabber, though? He doesn't have access to taking a crazy pick like Kindred. Instead goes for the Sylas, which is a pretty good ultimate to steal. Stealing Gangplank ultimate is really powerful.
Yep, our first Sylas jungle of this series as well, I have to assume. I've only seen Sylas mid lane, actually, from Soligo this series. 100 Thieves, of course, need to round things out. So looking for a jungler here for Anda. We'll see what they do decide on. So Sejuani banned away. Olaf, always good. But actually going to go to Trundle here for Anda.
That helps the team comp a lot more. The pillar poke combination is really nasty. But there's not a very good target for you to steal. Nobody's actually going to be building any resistances. Everybody is a very squishy member on C9 Academy. So Anda is not going to be completely playing frontline. He will have to be very careful, knowing that he's not going to be tanky and just going to pillar and let his carries do all the work.
So, like you said, Sylas ultis, there's a couple good ones to steal. Gangplank ultis, one of the better ones. If you can use Bromont well, it's good, but
Trundle ultimate would be pretty cool for yourself.
Ooh, I like that.
Get super tanky, take his stats, and then he steals your stats that you stole from him.
Oh no. Trundle mirror ult battles. Well, Coach is going to shake hands for what could be the final time in this series. 100 Thieves up 2-1 over Cloud9 Academy, but Cloud9 Academy want that second appearance in the finals. I guess third total overall if you want to get picked. Actually, is it fourth? Also, I don't remember. It's fine.
It's a lot of them.
Another Academy Worlds finals appearance.
Yes.
Is what they're after. They'll need to win this game and the next. They do want to keep things rolling forward for 100 Thieves. Again, for what seemed like an unlikely rally to their season has turned into a ridiculous run.
And a legitimate run for the top, which is something that we would have never thought of at the start of the season.
Yeah, the Thieves winning actually would mean that we have two new organizations in the Academy Finals. Neither of these teams, either Golden Guardians or Thieves, if they make it, have ever been in the finals of Academy playoffs. So a lot on the line here for the org, but for those 5 players looking to just steal one more game away, upset Cloud9 and push themselves to the finals against Golden Guardians. And Cloud9 will do everything in their power to prevent that from happening.
This is the time to do so. Let's see what they have cooking. And the Pyke support, I think, is part of the explosiveness that they really want to have.
Absolutely.
This time around, giving Diamond a little bit more agency.
Not enough to take down that ward. Another multi-man invade though from 100 Thieves.
They can do this every time when you have that Braum that is just so strong early in the Ezreal that helps you proc that even faster. It really lets you go for these very strong level 1s, and it does a good job in keeping an eye on Blabber. If you identify that Cloud9's core early plays come from Blabber, and you know at the very least where he starts and what early route he takes, it does weaken his ability to find early ganks, especially in a champion like Sylas that would out-gank the Trundle.
So excited to see what Diamond can get done here on the Pike. With Thresh banned away, this is a very similar style of champion, very feast or famine.
So expect Soligo to push the mid lane very quickly and try to help out the rest of the team if the invade continues. They see Golden Glue collapsing, and yeah, Soligo's gonna stay pushing mid. Let's see if 100 Thieves, clearing that ward is a really big deal.
Definitely here as well. Does proc the Guardian. Cloud9 want to take this red buff. They might just go for the fight here. Good hook there on a Prismal. Takes a big chunk of damage on the back end of Boomerang Blade. How much longer will 100 Thieves be willing to stay here?
Soligo is coming, so he already got to shove out the wave, and Stunt is here. It's gonna buy time for Prismal. I think C9 has to give this up. The mid laner is collapsing, but it's gonna be a smite war.
Who's gonna smite it first? Oh, and it gets it. That is such a disaster for Blabber. Now he's gonna get exhausted. He'll be forced to flash. And Ander straight over, but into the waiting arms of Deathly. Gets hooked back, gets ignited, and that's first blood for Cloud9.
Nobody wanted to help him out. Everybody else was out of the play. A complete miscommunication from 100 Thieves. And now Golden Glue has such an advantage in mid lane. Level 2, shoving out Soligo. Disaster for 100 Thieves, what looked to be a pretty nice play at the start. Look at him, he's getting zoned.
Yeah, Golden Glue's gonna make him run all the way back towards his tower. Even has to use the blast cone just to get out safely. Having some CS denied. Top lane's also happening, by the way, but so much action around that little jungle invade. Diamond with the hook again. Stun only level 1. Do they get aggressive? Stun there lands from the concussive blows by Braum.
You know, looking back on that play, I think that 100 Thieves should have committed harder to taking down the Sylas there, because level 2 on the Trundle, really strong. The exhaust had been used. The stun was about to proc, and best of all, there was no heal on Cloud9. Right? There's no way to keep him alive. You're not running a heal support here. So let's take a look at how this all unfolds, because he gets a steal. And then he already commits, right? So the stun is here, but nobody else wants to get on this play. And, you know, I think you could look at it both ways. You can obviously flash and be very happy with it and get out, but Anda does it all on his own and donates away. Yeah, that one deserves a laugh.
Yeah, definitely feeling good about the way that little game started. In fact, Cloud9 500 gold up, which is quite a lot in under 4 minutes. As Blabber's in towards the top lane, finds the stun of the Sunday, forces the oranges.
Yeah, you get better and eat that vitamin C.
Blabber going to walk away, but continuing his aggressive streak of ganks, and though as a result, especially from stealing that red buff, should have a pretty nice XP advantage. Soligo also going to TP back to mid. Golden Glue burnt his already, but they'll keep farming back and forth for a little while longer. And though looking to strike here in the top lane.
I mean, his gank will be based off of Kumo being aggressive here, but there's a barrel place. I don't think that this is the window that Kumo wants to be aggro on, so... oh, wait a minute.
Sunday doesn't have that much health, but the oranges are just going to keep him alive. Diamond looking for mid lane now. Soligo does have his flash. Diamond looking for the hook. Oh, what a juke down by Soligo.
Oh, also, what a skin. That's Project Pike. I didn't know it was out.
Oh, that's very pretty. I thought it was just some like crazy chroma, but yeah, that is Project Pike. Good dash away from Soligo. Diamond pestering 100 Thieves mid laner. Ooh, even gives Golden Glue some bonus help with the lane pushing.
Yeah, that's the excuse, because he does take a little bit of that XP.
Do they share when you relic shield? I don't actually remember. Anyway, it's fine.
No.
Now I'm really
Yeah,
okay,
right? Now we're curious. Now we'll look at
Why don't I ask questions I don't know the answer to that I know I want the answer to? All right, Golden Glue in trouble. Soligo getting the soldiers smacking that Corki. Stun is also deciding on a roam.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? I need that extra XP too. Don't worry about it, buddy. And I do like that both supports are willing to be active here. I mean, Sivir Ezreal is not the most thrilling, interactive Mark-term matchup, let's say. And Pyke especially is a champion that wants to get roaming early and often to try and influence the other areas of the map.
I think that the Thieves really don't want to be doing anything crazy early after that level 1 that was a bit of a head scratcher for them. So they're happy having the Ezreal and the Azir scaling, knowing that this is Soligo's champion that has been banned 3 games in a row. Expecting a lot out of him, having the Azir be first picked from the Thieves.
Also saw Golden Glue playing the reverse of this matchup and doing very well early on the Azir. So Soligo also doing a nice job keeping the pressure on despite the early kerfuffle at level 1.
Sylas is top, so this should be 100 Thieves getting this dragon for free.
Hook, oh, tried to read Prismal's movement, but he shifts out anyway, and that will be the Mountain Drake over to 100 Thieves.
So I like what Someday did in the top side. He actually used his ultimate to continue to shove that wave, knowing that the Sylas was likely to look for something against him. If you wait for that minion wave to crash at your tower, it might be too late and the dive is already imminent. But if that wasn't good enough, he also had a great itemization. Hex Drinker first. I mean, he does not miss a beat.
No, done this with Renekton actually against the Akali last time, so respecting Kumo's proficiency, but also the general power of the champion. Someday knows that it's not about smashing lane, getting huge CS leads and solo killing people in order to win, although he does do that surprisingly often.
He's not a disrespectful player.
No, not at all. Someday is very precise. Ooh, I like that. That was a fun little game. Prismal, though, does recall safely, as Diamond tried to curve that bone skewer around the Unbreakable. Golden Move continuing to get waves pushed in. He's actually up a decent amount of CS. If Soligo can get most of these, I think it will be less than a wave, but we'll find out. Actually, it's 12 up. Wow, that's huge.
That level 1, getting level 2, and sacking so much of it to try to help out your jungler when then he just dies feels terrible.
And now trying something, but just walked over a ward, so Golden Glue not going to be falling for this one. And Blabberus stayed mostly farming, actually. Hasn't been too active, apart from that early bit of aggression at level 1. We're now going to look towards the bottom lane here, as definitely does have it shoved. We'll find Ando. He's level 6. Soligo is as well. Golden Glue might be able to collapse, but stun also on the roam. Blabber now going to see maybe too many, but Diamond also roaming. Steals the Trundle ulti. Finds stun. That's going to be the target. At least for now. Challenging Smite down. Stun. Oh, dodges the Bone Skewer, but here comes Deathly. Blabber does use the Trundle ulti, but no kills forthcoming.
That was a really nice sidestep out of stun. Diamond already with the Moby boot, so he's pretty quick at helping the rest of the team out. And giving up this blue buff is really only the smallest of prices for 100 Thieves.
Oh, Anna got it. Another Smite win over a buff contest. Anna actually dinged 6 off that as well. So able to secure that away. No one dies in the exchange. So good defense of the buff there by 100 Thieves. It is still Cloud9 though, that are able to play, with initiative.
They're trying to get the most out of that early skirmish, but I think that it's about to be over and how much they can get out of it as the levels come through for 100 Thieves. We get our possible first roam from Corki, looking at Someday.
Golden Glue does not have the package right now, but up the top lane he goes. It's 3v1 right now for Someday. Gonna pop the ulti. And that's actually enough. Through the choke point, and C9 cannot collapse.
Smart, right? It's like, what else? I'd rather burn my ultimate than my flash in this play. The champagne in the top lane continues to deliver.
Doesn't miss a beat, like you mentioned. Somebody just gonna pull this wave around, farm out, and be content with what the situation is right now. Diamond eating some poke here and there, but I like the attempts at his aggression. Bot lane has evened up CS-wise though. Definitely had a pretty nice lead the last time he played Sivir into Ezreal. But hasn't been able to really build up quite as much this go-round.
He does have that call, so he's banking on being able to cash that in and try to snowball against the Ezreal, completing the Essence Reaver before he can do a whole lot.
Kumo into the Shroud there. But again, with the Bilgewater Cutlass and the Hex Drinker, not expecting too much solo killing. Certainly have to look for jungle intervention.
What we can expect is a bigger priority on these neutral objectives as Silas is going for the Herald, but an Infernal is spawning in about 50 seconds. So if C9 can't get this cleanly, which is definitely what's going to happen. Although, wait a minute, here comes a collapse. Ezreal has teleport.
Diamond's here as well, though.
Yeah, this ought to be a fight.
Saligo maybe thinking about it, though. TP in from Prismal. They're going to at least, again, force another smite fight. and has been pretty good at that so far. So they're going to pull away. Don't want a 50-50 for the Drake. That's Cloud9 Kumo TPing in. Going to force the issue. Rift Herald low. Definitely's in as well. They're going to look for the fight. Who got the Rift Herald? Who cares? Start getting low on the front side as Diamond going to try and find the pick off with the ulti, but Blabber a little low. Kumo as well as Prismal's peppering them with Mystic shots.
There is no Gangplank ultimate. That's why 100 Thieves did not feel comfortable enough to take that fight. Remember, Someday used it to get away from a gank in the top lane. The Elder has now spawned though, so is 100 Thieves going to respond with this?
And they're going to be the target. Diamond pulling him in, but doesn't have any backup right now. Uses the stun dash, but can't quite lock him up. Does have his ulti ready, and they did get the Herald, as you can see. Diamond will channel it now as Cloud9 going to rush mid here.
It's a smart trade there for Cloud9. They know they were going to miss out the window of the Infernal, but instead they'll trade a mid lane tower for it. So a pretty good move by them. Still, Someday does not have his ultimate and the turret won't go down.
Yeah, not being able to finish feels crappy there for Cloud9 Academy, but still did a lot of plate gold, did a lot of damage. They're up about 1,500 gold after all said and done. The 2 Drakes for 100 Thieves Academy, though, very nice.
They're huge, and now Ezreal gets to go to the bottom lane sooner. He's going to shove that out, and Sivir might miss a bit of CS that way because he gets to roam back there a little bit faster. Thieves really playing around objectives pretty well, especially the ones that benefit.
Someday doing what he can to move the minion waves away. Cloud9 continue to try and work on this mid outer. Golden Blue with the blue buff, able to push pretty effectively, even against the likes of Azir. Looks like things are just returning to normal, and Cloud9 have not taken the first tower in this series so far. See if they can make it happen here in mid. Diamond looking to line things up with the hook, finds the Q, but not going to go all in for it. Stunt here as well, doing a really nice job shadowing this Pyke whenever he leaves.
And I'm really expecting 100 Thieves to continue to play more reactive and defensively. They have scaling. They know that they can just wait for this Dragonflay to really become more present and more relevant when the Baron is spawning. So they're going for the slow and calculated approach, whereas Cloud9 do feel like they have to be a little bit more active, but I think they have a composition that can be just fine as the game goes on. You can always steal those ultimates. That is a really cool back animation, by the way.
It's very sweet.
Like a proto dragon.
Yeah, it's something very intense. I don't know what it is. It is cool. That's all I know. Definitely continuing to shove down, and the turret's plates have dropped off though. Cloud9 already cashing in on the Herald there in mid and are now down towards the bottom half of the map. I think you do well to point out how well defensively 100 Thieves have been doing. Kumo eats big old trade there from Someday, who's now got 2 out of 3 parts of the Triforce.
I mean, Gangplank is an inevitability, right? There's really nobody that's going to be able to match him well in the side lanes. He gets so strong. And I am always scared to see these champions piloted by Someday.
We've added a third certainty to the list.
Yeah.
Death, taxes, and Gangplank.
Yeah, death, taxes, and GP.
I guess he... anyway.
Well, even tankiness doesn't get past him, right? Because the barrels, for some reason, have armor shred on them.
Here's Blabber, though. See if somebody can Houdini his way out of this one. GP ulti dropped as the counter, and that looks like it'll be a kill. Kumo with the perfect execution.
Really nice timing by Cloud9 to find something when 100 Thieves is committing to the bottom lane. This does free up the mid lane as well, as Corki's finally going to be able to crack that.
The race is on!
First brick should go to Corki. Oh!
It's going to be close! Oh, Cloud9 still not able to get the first tower in the series. And actually, Saligo's up in time to save it. That is really big news. the longer this tower stays up, it's just so frustrating for Cloud9.
Just a few more autos.
The thing is, it's like, oh, we'll get that tower. But until you get the tower, you actually don't get the benefit of killing the tower.
Exactly, you can't push up that vision that much.
It only is like a, expected value thing for so long. Eventually, it's just you didn't get any value because you didn't take it. Because FLICKR and Diamond at least going to use their top side strength after the gank on top lane to steal this red buff away. It has been nice to see Diamond be so active, but for all the activity in this game, as Corki is able to take the mid-outer turret, for all the activity, Cloud9 have actually not been able to get too much done here.
No, they really haven't. And a big part of it is the fact that Thieves continues to play so cautiously.
Someday again, death from below, but there's Guardian in from Stunk, going to turn it back around. FLICKR here, though.
Not looking to commit there. Someday does not want to risk. He does not have the ultimate, and Diamond has his. So if a little bit more health would have gone away from Someday, the execution would have come through. Whoa. Jeez. That was hard to make.
Well, it's about 2,500 gold ahead for Cloud9 Academy, so still a nice lead for themselves. But I think they'll look to really open up the mid-game. Pyke is one of those champions that it feels like sometimes they're not doing anything, and then one teamfight happens, he ultis three people, and like the gold lead explodes, and you're like, oh, I guess that's how that works. And even from behind, Pyke can get you caught up.
He sees no tanks either. It doesn't matter if you have all the HP in the world and armor in the world, it's true damage. We've all seen the 9-9, 9-9.
Can't wait for Arcade Pyke. I'm sure eventually that will be a thing. That'll be even better. Maybe he'll do 99999 damage in that skin. Also, why are we talking so much about Pyke skins? Alright, well, there's a Cloud Drake up, so people are fighting. FLICKR has stolen Emperor's Divide.
Golden Glue has pack, so he's really strong here. Level 12 already. Trinity Force completed, as well as level 2 on his rockets. But Someday does have 2 levels of his ultimate. It's a really powerful gangplank.
Someday has Fire Force as well. Pyke gonna look to break out. Death from below did not go off. Excuse me, saw the wrong animation. There's the pushback though onto Kumo. Nobody can get a kill here somehow. But Cloud9 looking a little unhealthy. As Soligo looking to try and finish it off. Blast Cone escape is nice. And everyone holds on to their cooldowns.
It's only a Cloud Dragon too, so going crazy for this objective, it's really not worth it for any of these teams. Looks like the Thieves will secure it.
Oh, bubbling in. He wanted the steal, but it will cost him his life, and he didn't grab it. And again, able to outsmart him as Diamond. Gonna try and pop off, make it 2 with death from below.
That's a really big kill for C9, getting that extra bounty in their pockets. They didn't get the dragon, but again, that dragon does not matter. It is only the Cloud Drake. Let's see if C9 continues to push this. There is no wave here. They're chasing Anda.
Diamond still has his ulti, but I don't think he can reach him. Q gonna line up, but again, not gonna dive. Instead, Cloud9 will select Golden Glue to push down the bottom turret and look to take their 3rd tower of the game. Cloud9 Academy have not had the structure lead throughout most of this series, so a very different game now that I think will favor this explosive mid-game that they're looking to have.
They have to feel great off that fight, though. Even though initially you saw that the Gangplank ultimate did so much, these are all squishy members. None of them can get into this mix when you have to deal with the Azir zone, then the Ezreal poke, and then pillars as well. It's really tough to get in there, so they really walk away with the tail between their legs. But then the re-engage is really where they make all their money, because FLICKR, he's going in for a one-way trip. Look at his health. He's crazy going for it. He doesn't get it, but then the Pyke is a real hero.
Yeah, Diamond, perfect wraparound, and oof.
Prismo's so lucky he didn't get targeted first, too.
Yeah, that I think was very likely a triple. If so, Diamond collecting 3 kills for himself. Now Duskblade has been finished for the Pyke. It's not very often we see threats from support, but Pyke is just one of those champions.
Yeah, now look at the gold. So about 5,000 gold up for Cloud9. They're doing really well this time around. Even though they didn't have the structure lead, they now do 3 turrets, all the outers, 2 of them taken down by Golden Glue, who's been quietly farming away. Already has a 2,000 gold lead up against Soligo's signature Azir. It was first pick, but it doesn't matter. This Corki is having a field day, just like he did in Game 2.
And now, those assassins, those aggressive champions for Cloud9 Academy in this comp can run rampant on this open map. I mean, Pyke is abysmal to play against when you don't have vision and the enemy has map control. So Diamond just needs to keep pairing up with his teammates and try and find pickoffs, because this game could snowball rapidly out of control if Cloud9 can execute smoothly through this mid game and force a fifth.
So the 100 Thieves do have a Baron play available to them. Now that they have that Mountain Drake and you do have the Azir. Whereas Cloud9 usually need a little bit more. They can't really sneak it. They need to win a fight or get a few picks before that, especially taking down Anda would be huge.
It looks like 1-3-1 is the plan currently for Cloud9. Blabber still with that stolen Brawl Malt for a little while longer. Making sure to keep vision around the Baron to prevent that situation you just described, Crumbs.
Right, they can two-mana because Trundle can tank it really well. And then Ezreal and Azir can both shift in and out of the Baron pit.
Oh! Yeah, it looks like Diamond's the one.
Oh, he turns into some sort of animal when he goes underwater.
I think he's riding the proto-dragon thing.
Right, the sea
Cyber
creature?
dragon.
Cyber sea creature. It's a creature of the internet.
Not familiar with the lore. It's Kumo just getting things pushed up here against Someday. I see what you did there. It's Corki still pushing up against Azir again. The Cloud9 game plan in full effect. Oh, this wasn't part of it. All right. Show me some Akali stuff. Shroud. Ulti. Holding on. Ooh, a sneaky boy. He learned from Westeros. Out of the way he goes. Down into the Baron pit. Sneaking away very nicely.
Calm, cool, and collected.
Look at he tried to get the Swaddle Crab too. I think he was actually going over the wall with the Shuriken flip. But Blabber did get the crab, so it's fine at the end of the day. Definitely getting pressured somewhat here by Prismal and Stunt. But you can see all this open field for Pyke to just roam around in. Mid lane 2v2 going to start here potentially. Diamond, though, not going to throw the hook. And it is 100
There it is!
Thieves.
It's the play! And Blabber is not here. He based before after securing the Scuttle Crab. The Thieves are going to get it. Where C9 is engaging on mid. They don't know.
By Stunt. Oh, no, they won't. He's got the flash. And now they're going to run into the bad news. That's Baron for 100 Thieves.
Oh no, that is huge, huge for 100 Thieves. That is the power that they knew they had when they secured that Mountain Dragon early in the game. The first dragon for them. Now with the Baron, and the only reward for C9 after this is going to be that Cloud Dragon. How well can C9 stall out? We saw in the last game, their Sivir did so much in keeping them at bay. And yeah, this is pretty easy. You just sneak in. There's no vision anywhere else. And the Thieves just snuck this one right under the noses of C9 as they were in the mid lane, but the most critical member was at base.
And didn't even look, you know? 100 Thieves getting aggressive here. Drake over to Cloud9. They're going to try and go for it. Definitely able to kill Stunt, actually. As 100 Thieves wanted to get aggressive, but that will put a damper on the Baron push.
That really does, and instead, only the top lane tower will go the way of 100 Thieves here. Losing that one member is pretty big. That's one of the most important teammates for setting up this Ezreal and Azir, allowing them to not only poke, but lock enemies down.
Well, someone has to go stop Someday, so Kumo moves back towards the top lane. And 100 Thieves are still pushing, but Blabber looking for a wraparound here onto Prismal. Doesn't get the stun. Diamond not going to line it up. Does not get the Q onto either carry. But Cloud9 is continuing to pressure 100 Thieves and, you know, let that time tick off the Baron.
Someday is now grouped up with the team. Should give us a very different dynamic to how this team operates. So having the Gangplank not on the side lanes, very different. The barrel threat, quite real. It's another front line. Here comes C9. They are TPing in.
Yeah, they're trying to force a fight here. Use their strength while they have it. Diamond again onto Andover. Here comes Kumo around the side. Good ult there from Saligo, but Kumo just to get out of there. Prismal hunted down by Golden Glue. Will fall a stunt. Also going to get picked off. A shot down there for Saligo onto the Pyke. Blabber goes back in, finds the stun into stasis. He goes, definitely almost clips Saligo there with a boomerang blade.
Whoa, that was so close. So the teleport from Kumo was huge. Him and Golden Glue diving the backline, able to just blow up Prismal, even though the Shurima shuffle did get Kumo out of there.
Well, Diamond did go down. He did have a gold bounty, so there is good gold over to the Azir. But Cloud9 continuing to play aggressive, grow that gold lead, and again, waste time on that Baron.
So take a look at what Kumo and Golden Glue end up doing to Prismal here, because he just flies in. It's about to happen. wait for it. Here comes the teleport. And yeah. Both of them focus the same guy. Very, very nice. And then Diamond buys a little bit of time in the backline while they are retreating.
Mid tower did go down though for 100 Thieves, so with the Baron they were able to finally finish that off. Cloud9 though have done a really good job just minimizing the amount of damage that 100 Thieves could do with the Baron. That Cloud9 have been a little more diligent, they wouldn't have anyway. Still stumped with Glacial Fissure, may have caught out Diamond, gonna get CC'd to death. No! He gets, oh, barely doesn't get out. Golden Blue falls. C9A though still fighting, but 100 Thieves a little too strong.
Someday is joining the team. Now he is just so powerful right now. Level 16. That's the last rank of the ultimate and another objective going the way of 100 Thieves. They have never had the gold lead in this series, but they continue to have the advantage in these fights.
Someday does not want to play a game 5, it feels like.
And it looks like the engage goes onto the supports right away for both of these teams, and they're both really beefy. The nice tick of the ultimate ends up keeping the Pike alive at the very end, but he goes down, and then Gangplank's already here. He's just way too strong. When you've got the Trundle with the ultimate on, Braum to back you up to lock anybody down, and then you're just waiting for barrels to blow you up.
So that gold lead now shrunk down to 2,000 gold ahead for Cloud9. And given the strength of 100 Thieves comp as the game gets later and later, their confidence in team fighting, their preference for scaling as they believe that that's where the game is shifting to.
I mean, they have unreal scaling here, right? Gangplank pretty much infinite at this point. You've got Azir and Ezreal that will only continue to get stronger, but Golden Glue and Destiny have their work cut out for them. They have the tools to do so, but it's just really, really tough. You see how well they have to play these fights to beat what 100 Thieves has drafted.
And it's a 4v4 right now in mid lane, with both mid laners missing. And 100 Thieves are like, yeah, we're stronger. Although Diamond going to try and find a pick-up here, perhaps does not want Ander, may have to settle for the Trundle, gets nothing off the Bone Skewer. Gonna wait for Golden Glue to push out the bottom lane. Kumo back into the top as it's 1-3-1 continuing here for Cloud9 Academy. But 100 Thieves have decided just to group and apply their own pressure here, Crumbs.
Well, you've got the Mountain Dragon coming up in 20 seconds now. This is a really big objective. Again, it'll enhance 100 Thieves' ability to sneak it. But C9, on the other hand, would love to have this objective for them.
Keep the Drake count low. Getting themselves a way to really threaten the side lanes and the Baron. Kumo waiting off to the side. Blabber a little low. Cloud9 might pick again. Here goes Kumo. In off to Soligo. They flip forward. Kumo goes back in for it. Looks for the execution, but an exhaust by stunt. Gonna put an end to that. Still, Cloud9 relatively strong. Diamond gonna chase in. He can see the ult. Gets one. Gets two. Gonna keep going. Someday gonna be the next target. Gonna make it 3. What a watch from Someday to stop the chain. And Prismal's still alive. Looks for Golden Glue. Tries to find the sniper. Does not connect the Q.
Oh, we're fighting on a razor's edge. The damage from C9 is so explosive. They have so much burst, and they actually win this and now get the Mountain Dragon. That's a really big deal. Baron is up now. Seems like either of these teams can win the fight on any given team fight. It all starts with Kumo once again being really aggressive here, going onto the Azir, forcing the Emperor's Divide, but then he just dives way far back, and he does such a good job in getting them low and distracted that by the time that the rest of the members are in, Diamond has his opportunity. There's one. That's two. He spared the Trundle on that one.
Someday very well-timed bit of stasis keeps him alive. Now he has the GA finished. Dustblade popped there for honor.
C9 is not going to let this Baron get snuck once again.
Yeah. Fool me once, etc. Gonna make sure they have full control this time around. And Golden Glue again is just massive on this Corki. So it's definitely 3.5 items for the Sivir, 3 there for the Corki. And with Diamond able to play cleanup, Cloud9 know that one good fight is all it's going to take to play a 5th game here.
Gangplank is not grouped up with the team, but he does have teleport and his ultimate available. Items are in the favor of the carries of C9. Golden Glue is so fed, so is Deathly. Quietly building up a 650 gold bounty. You cannot sleep on this Sivir.
And I wouldn't say that this comp is more difficult than the game 1 they drafted, but there are some elements where you need to finesse pretty hard to make this kind of team fight work, especially against 100 Thieves in the way that comp is set up in a much more traditional way. So the hard work is not finished for Cloud9 if they want to win this game.
They're going for the Baron. There is an Scryers for Ezreal. I think C9 has it.
Diamond trying to force to keep them out. Here's Kumo again. They will get the Baron. Gonna get out of there. Kumo just channels the recall, but Prismal's found him. Kumo maybe now a little too far forward. Into the Shroud he goes. Out with the ulti flip. He's out. Their next dash if he needs it, but actually might go back in.
Yeah, no, they got away. They learned from 100 Thieves right away. All it took was seeing it be done one time, added it to their game book, and now let's see what C9 can do with this Baron. I mean, that's a 4-item Sivir. She's practically full build and is going to be going for a GA next.
Yeah, I think I wonder, because at this point, 100 Thieves are still playing catch-up. You know, they're down 4,000 gold, still kind of letting the Ezreal and the Azir tick up. I mean, they have their items, but they're still getting outclassed by their counterparts at the moment because of that gold advantage. I wonder if this push doesn't do enough to either extend that gold lead by a lot or just outright end the game. Have 100 Thieves now hit the point that they can actually use that scaling part of their comp to outscale Cloud.
Well, it's not going to happen. I really don't think we've long passed that part of the game because of how well Deathly and Golden Glue have been farming. There is a 100 CS lead against the Ezreal. I mean, it's not like Sivir's any slouch, and she's now just so powerful that she's going to remain ahead of Ezreal until the very end of the game. So I think that Cloud9 feels really confident here. It's just a matter of how do they get the fight started, because every single time they needed Kumo to be the one to engage, to just create a space for the carries to dish out the damage. And him 1-3-1ing makes it a lot harder for them to go for that kind of fight.
Wow, but ready with the hijack, gonna steal Sun's ulti here. 100 Thieves wasted a minute and a half for the Baron already, and Cloud9 have not taken a turret yet. But still, the 1-3-1 should pay dividends, as long as they can continue to execute smoothly.
They're just farming away everybody. Not looking to take a fight with odd numbers.
Just use the ulti there on stunt to buy a bit of space. Blabber goes in onto Ender, but again, just poking away. No need to do anything overly aggressive. Golden Glue also working on the tier 2 in bottom lane. And Diamond now running off the top side, maybe going to dive onto Someday here.
He does have that GA, making him really obnoxious to deal with. So we just have only 2 turrets being and then being taken out by Cloud9. Now looking for the tier 2 in the bottom lane.
Have one more go though. Definitely actually going to just use his RFC proc to hit the turret for a little bit of extra damage before they finish off the siege. They've got, you know, kind of this last little hurrah as far as Baron empowered minions go. But not sure Kumo's going to get it done on his own. Someday actually getting aggressive. Oh, beautifully placed barrels into the Shroud. Kumo pops the Gunblade. Uses ult 1. Ult 2 for the dash. Diamond reads him for the hook just to make sure he can get out and then make sure to cover his teammate effectively.
That should be the end of that Baron push for C9. So we'll see what goes down next, as Baron will come up before that Elder. Both the teams can sneak it. Both teams have learned that both teams will sneak it if given the opportunity to do so. So a lot of it is going to come down to who can secure vision control, and that's likely what's going to lead us to our next skirmish.
Well, a strong push from Cloud9, but not a game-breaking one. 100 Thieves very much still in the game, despite the gold deficit that is relevant.
I mean, we take a look at where the gold is, and A big advantage for C9 is in the mid, the jungle, and the AD role, as well as support. Whereas, to be expected, Someday in the top lane has a pretty sizable chunk of what 100 Thieves have going on for themselves. The carries of C9 are really just the big threats, which make it so hard for Stunt and Anda to play frontline, with their carries being considerably weaker and they themselves not having the tankiness to withstand the onslaught of Fed Sivir Court.
BlaBlaR gonna investigate the brush with his Q. Does discover that there are in fact a number of Thieves in there.
100 of them, to be exact.
Somehow. Don't know how they jammed them all in there. Kumo also getting the bottom lane push, so Cloud9 will have a real threat onto one of these inhibitor turrets potentially, as they look to control mid lane and bot lane right now.
Full build on Sivir, whereas Ezreal has 3.5 items.
Also Void stuff done for Golden Glue, so he hurts a lot as well. Poking, pulling the wave. Cloud9 is trying to close the trap. Prismal loses 50% of his health to Golden Glue. Diamond also trying to close the trap. Ulti out from Deathly Sivir. Into the sun turret they go. BlaBlaR gets pushed out, but he pops into stasis, and an assassination by the Sivir straight onto Azir.
The crits were huge. Definitely is so fed right now, and C9 pulls the trigger when 100 Thieves is not looking to take a fight. Gangplank was in the bottom part of the map. Kumo simply collapsed and joined the team. And now they are still enjoying the benefits of that. C9 looking for a little bit more.
Somebody getting shot at by the Corki. Does get out. The Hex Drinker pop though. BlaBlaR in, steals the ulti from Trundle. Nice autos there by Deathly to take down the GP barrels. They bust through mid. Cloud9. They can see that another game is on the horizon. They take down the inhibitor.
And they're going to go for 2, and they're definitely going to get it. There's a little bit too much time. Nope, actually playing it safe.
Not a good time to throw a game away.
No, not at all.
Cloud9 makes a conservative play.
They want to go and have an advantage on the Baron instead. 100 Thieves is looking for Baron as well. That's going to be the Azir in here.
Not a good time to die, BlaBlaR. Wait for the pillar, dashes out, flash from Stunt, lands the Q, here's Diamond. BlaBlaR gonna try and turn it back around, the team might be here in time. Golden Glue with the package, rides in, BlaBlaR blown up though. Someday able to finish off the kill. Now Golden Glue gonna have to use the package to get out safely. Diamond also too far forward, forced to flash. 100 Thieves onto the Baron.
That's a huge pick. 100 Thieves now rushing this. They have smite. C9 does not.
What's Diamond? He can kill so many people here. Death from below, looking for it all, but he can't quite line it up. Still gonna go. There's one. He gets the GM, but the ulti will not reset. Definitely on a rampage. Gets the next kill. Kuma revives. Oh, but Prismal over the top gonna get the GA out of Deathly. Deathly's gonna die as well. 100 Thieves might have just won this game.
Oh my god, that pick was unreal. The fact that they lost that fight, lost inhibitor, and now have Baron puts them in the driver's seat.
Death time is long, maybe not long enough to end the game, but 100 Thieves just keep stopping Cloud9 at every turn.
That was a huge pick onto BlaBlaR in the jungle. What was he doing in the right-hand side of the jungle that late? Everybody else had based.
Thought he could get away, and he was mistaken. Insta-flash.
And as Stunt saw it, they knew exactly what this kill would mean for them. The rest of the team had already teleported. They were committed to it. And the second he goes down, you know what 100 Thieves wants to do. The fact that they got the package too was a huge deal. No package available for this fight in the Dragon. We have the picture-in-picture with 100 Thieves sieging, but we are now going to cut to live. Let's see what goes down, because Kumo has just spawned, and so has Deathly.
2 seconds on Deathly. TP in from Cloud9 Academy. They're going to try and win this fight and end the game themselves. Diamond finds the first pick. Looks for Death from below, but can't quite find it. Shield is massive. Prismal has slain Kumo. It's a 4v5 now for Cloud9 Academy.
100 Thieves has Elder available. They're not going to go for more. They just want the objectives.
Get one in hit. That's good enough. Matching the supers there in mid. Diamond again finds a hook onto Anda. Cloud9 might be feeling frisky.
They can rush this. Deathly is pushing down the mid lane. I don't think they're going to do much more than that. You have to always account for the Baron recalls in this situation. And now 100 Thieves have an Elder Dragon backing up their 3 dragons in this game. The push continues.
And Prismal actually just goes to answer. He's the only one on Thieves with a TP right now. 100 Thieves are continuing to apply pressure. Someday gonna be the next target. Doesn't have his GA this time, but it's not enough to execute him. There it is, the shutdown. Death from below will land, but Diamond cost him his life, and Golden Glue has no help. TP in from Prismal. They're still going for this.
That's a huge pick. Golden Glue has to base and definitely cannot defend. 100 Thieves might be looking for more. They've cut them.
Definitely kill it. He's dead. 100 Thieves from the brink of death. Gonna keep it moving.
It's all up to Golden Glue.
He has to do so much work here as Kumo slows down Saligo, but the Elder Dragon still ticking on 100 Thieves.
Oh, this is so tense. The wave is being escorted. 100 Thieves is going for the throat.
3v4 now for Cloud9. Golden Glue chunked. Stunt moves forward. Valkyrie burnt. Golden Glue does have his life. Flatter solo just assassinated by the Azir. Forced to flash a true shot barrage. 100 Thieves gonna take down Kumo. Golden Glue the only one left alive. He gets one kill, but he will not get any more. And 100 Thieves will somehow win that game and finish this series.
They stole that game from Cloud9 right from under them. They had him. They had just taken down the inhibitors, but a fatal misplay at the end, and they capitalized so well. This 100 Thieves team is definitely not who we saw against Echo Fox last week. Wow, what a series.
Aptly named team at the end of that game. One little mistake punished to the end of that game as the teams will shake hands.
Wow. C9 had the gold lead for the majority of that game. In fact, 100 Thieves only ends with 2,000 gold up.
But they fight their way through. They end the series in 4. They punch their ticket to the Academy Worlds Finals. We'll have 2 new organizations battling. We'll have a new Academy Worlds champion this time around.
Just goes to show how competitive this league can really get. And we really have to wonder what that matchup is going to look like when we have Darshan, who crushes in the top lane, against Someday, who seemingly cannot lose a lane.
Yeah, 2 LCS veterans going to be battling there in the top lane.
It's a rough one there for Cloud9. I think Golden Glue had a really good showing on the Corki multiple times, but unfortunately at the end of the day, it just was not enough when the gangplank damage, when the Azir has an Elder on top of him, and the Ezreal, I know we're beating around the bush.
They scaled.
The pick in the Baron was too huge.
Yeah. They found the pick. They certainly had the damage to get it done. And 100 Thieves knew exactly what to do. I mean, Stun and Anda playing together that game, especially in that last little engage. So fun to watch. But we're going to rewind it all the way back. We'll have a look now at when the contesting Dragon turns into a Pyke double kill for Cloud9 Diamond.
This looked to be the beginning of the team fighting phase for both these squads. 5v5 when Someday gets to join in. And this is when we're expecting Cloud9 to just retreat. They barely got away with a lot of members at low HP. FLICKR even looking for a steal, not giving up on the play. But it was Diamond at the end of the day with Project Pyke that was able to sneak up on the back of the team and start the resets.
And this is what I thought all the other fights could look like for Cloud9. Just domination from Pyke once they finally got a foothold in the game. But
they almost did.
They certainly almost did.
I think there were a few more ultimates that could have been getting more kills, but it was still in their hands. They had it.
But 100 Thieves stay strong, and watch them now turn around a team fight in the jungle. This has been almost their signature, I feel like, this series. They just always had an answer.
Yeah, they have a lot of members here right away, and then the fact that Gangplank gets to collapse so quickly, whereas the most fed member of C9, Sivir, has to ult from mid lane. She has to make it in, so she's already late to the fight, and it makes such a big difference. Those seconds in these champions that get so fed matter so much.
And despite all the lead that Cloud9 had, we'll watch now where 100 Thieves take the Baron and nearly finish off the game.
Yeah, they grab this because they know they don't have a smite to deal with. And you're right about the reset. It was definitely the time to go, but a bit of a misuse maybe going for the target with the Guardian Angel prevents the resets from happening on Pyke, and it leaves everybody else to deal damage. I actually think had he killed Braum, you still would have lost that fight. It would have just been one more member to taken down. And take a look at that gold grab.
What
the
a comeback.
Entire game was in Cloud9's favor until the very end.
Yeah, the extra 50 gold in the Nexus really did it. 100 Thieves at the end of the day.
They're winning up until they're not.
A classic that will never die.
Yep.
100 Thieves certainly knew that. Like you said, maybe not a team that surrenders in those scrims. But for more on that victory, Riv is standing by to hear from the 100 Thieves bot laner.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Great cast on the day. I am joined by Prismal of 100 Thieves after a gigantic win over Cloud9 in the Academy League. Academy World now on the horizon. It's awesome to see you feeling better. You are playing much better in this series as illness has kind of been a problem for you in the past week. Coming into this game, was there any kind of worry? Cloud9 chose you thinking you would be the easier game, but how was 100 Thieves feeling?
I feel like our matchup against Cloud9, I'm a lot more confident going up against them, especially because I played against people like Definitely Diamond a lot. I think that they played pretty well, but I think we played to our win conditions a lot better, and we knew we could win in the end.
And I was talking to you a little bit before. This is one of the most intense best ofs you've played in. How do you keep yourself kind of composed when this is your first time you're kind of in this situation?
I think best of fives, I didn't expect them to be as hype as they are. I think when you're playing really well and you're super focused, nothing else matters. You kind of drown out like the crowd and everything else. But when you're playing a little bit worse or when they're up ahead, you're like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? I think I kept my composure really well. And I think Sligo and I, both being rookies, we did our best and we both played exceptionally well for given the circumstances.
Absolutely, and quarterfinals was kind of the stopping point for spring season. What does it mean now for 100 Thieves to be able to make it to the Academy World Finals and get a chance at that title?
I mean, for me personally, it's my first Academy World Finals. I'm super hyped to do my best. I think Golden Guardians is a really tough opponent, but I think all of us are prepared and we're going to do our best and see, hopefully we win.
And final few questions. How do you feel about that matchup against Golden Guardians? Now you're going to be going up against Keith as well in that bot lane. How do you feel?
I think their bot lane is definitely the best in Academy. I think that they'll give us some trouble, but I think we'll still pull through regardless.
Awesome. And looking forward, I mean, just around here, looking out in the fans, the crowd, family around, anything you want to say to the fans and friends for coming in and cheering you guys on?
I just want to say I really appreciate all the support that you guys have given us and our organization. I think everyone here has put in a lot of work to be better, and I just want you guys to keep following us on our journey as all of us get better and keep playing League.
Very good. Prismal, thank you so much. 100 Thieves heading to the Academy World Finals. Thank you so much, Prismal. We're going to throw it back to the guys at the desk to break this down.
What for a rookie, what a great head on his shoulders.
Yeah, really well spoken to and soft spoken to, so it's really nice to hear. I'm like, oh, what else do you have to say? Please keep talking.
Easier when you win every Ezreal game. Yeah. When it came to booking a trip to the Academy World Finals, however, there are a few players who had highlight moments, Prismal included. But there's one individual who shined above the rest, which is why we're giving Someday Player of this series. I am shocked, Crumbs.
There's champagne in the top lane. Someday always popping up. Every single game, he won lane, and every single game, he was an incredible teammate for the rest of the squad, always trying to be a part of the plays, not trying to split push, always trying to see how can I join the squad and help my teammates out. Played 3 games of Gangplank, 3 games of Renekton, 1 game of Gangplank, and for that, he will be awarded with the MVP of the series.
He does it all. He wins lane, he solo kills, he TPs in, he team fights, and he even speaks multiple languages. Someday, absolute beast of a player. And
great cook, too.
If those scorelines don't tell you the story, I don't know what will. Those numbers are pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, the game 3 plus 4,000. Huge forward percentage on that game too, plus 71%. He spent way more time in the opposing side's team than his own.
Well, looking forward to that matchup because next week we return for the Academy World Finals where Golden Guardians and 100 Thieves will compete in their first ever final series for the title of Academy Champions.
So you got red versus yellow. The matchup is going to be so interesting for me in every single lane, but I have to highlight the top lane because Darshan got MVP in his series, Someday got MVP, and both of them won lane every single time. I cannot imagine that is going to continue for either of these teams because when they faced off before playoffs, it was actually Darshan that did end up winning in that matchup against Someday. So fireworks are going to be happening in the top.
Well, you could see maybe 5 games of that matchup, but for myself and the entire Academy crew, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week for the Academy Worlds Finals. And Ander straight over, but into the waiting arms of Definitely gets hooked back, gets ignited, and that's first blood for Cloud9! in. And again, able to outsmart him as Diamond. Gonna try and pop off, make it 2.
I'm a Braum right now.
I want it for you. I have to. Ulti problem.
I killed Ezreal. Ezreal's dead. Ezreal's dead.
Wait, I can chase 2 for 1.
Oh, I'm dead. You guys need to back. Nice.
Definitely on a rampage, gets the next kill, Kuma revives. Oh, but Prismal over the top gonna get the GA out of Deathly. Deathly's gonna die as well. 100 Thieves might have just won this game.
Oh my god, that pick was unreal.
100 Thieves gonna take down Kuma. Golden Glue, the only one left alive. He gets 1 kill, but he will not get any more. And 100 Thieves will somehow win that game.